Here. Okay, my friends, Ruben Obed here, and bringing you an informative video. Today is Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody, December 2020. And I think that, I have an obligation to do this video because there are a lot of people in need. Just to give a little background of myself, I grew up in the ghetto, grew up poor. I know what it is to be, on food stamps. I know what it is to grow up, and making the government cheese line when they had that. So I grew up, in Camden, New Jersey, impoverished areas. And life has taken me through a couple of through certain paths that have taught me many skills, and these are skills that I wish to share with people. Let me put this there. Okay. And so this is about, the video is about people who get their power shut off. I'm no I'm no stranger to having my power shut off. And that being the case, not only am I no stranger to having power cut off, I live in Puerto Rico, so during Hurricane Maria, um, I had to go through an entire year with no power. As a result of that, I got into the whole solar and renewable energy thing, and right now, I thank God I won't ever have that problem ever again, because I learned how to make my own power. So now energy company can't come to take my power because my power comes from the sun. You know what I mean? So, and I'm sure just to give you that I used to run my entire house. Okay, now I'm not here to try to tell you. I'm not here. This isn't a video about talking to you about solar or solar power. This is the video talking to you about when your power gets cut. What the hell can you do? Okay. The first thing is this. The first thing you got to realize when you get your power shut off, you probably got to shut off because your bill ran up too high. You couldn't afford it, which is normal, happens to a lot of people, and they cut your power off. The power company does has no mercy, and I you don't expect them to, but they don't care. They came, they cut your power off. They don't care if you're little kids in the house. They don't care about that. And one of the factors which is really frustrating when you get your power shut off is the embarrassment factor. Because if they cut your power off during the day, you got neighbors and they're like, oh man, they cut my power, and everybody knows, and Sheila from across the street, and oh, she's such a pain in the ass, and she's gonna be laughing and mocking and whatnot. All of that is really bad. It's like on top of the fact that you got your power cut off, that you can't afford it, you got the kids in the house, you know what I mean, and you need to do something about it ASAP. Okay, ASAP. What can you do? Well, I have a possible solution for you. Um, I did a little video of a little thing that I put together. It's a little power unit, and I'm going to show you the little power unit. If you want to know about it, look up in my videos. You'll see it, what it can run. But before I show you the little power unit, I'm going to show you something. All right, flip over here. All right, these are the vital things that you need when you get your power shut off. You need some light to be able to see. You need maybe a radio, so you could, if it's an emergency, you need to know what's going on, or at least play some music to keep your sanity, right? You need a fan, especially if you live in a place like Puerto Rico, which is hot, you know what I mean? Or even in the States in the summer, it gets really hot. You can't sleep without a fan, guys. You got mosquitoes, you got the heat, you need a fan. And cell phone charging. Now, in this list, I didn't put a TV, and I'm going to explain why. The majority of people don't even watch TV anymore. Everybody watches YouTube, Netflix, and they're on their phone anyway. So I gave more emphasis on cell phone charging. Okay. Notice that I put vital. During Hurricane Maria, when I had no power for an entire year, these are the things that I really, really needed. I needed some light. I really did, because you can't be lighting candles. It's just, it's dangerous and it's costly. Radio, I needed to know what was going on. And I definitely needed a fan because of the mosquitoes. And yes, I needed to charge my cell phone. If you have little kids, the cell phone is going to do a lot of purposes. It'll provide a video game for your kids if they had downloaded some games, to keep them entertained. Emergency call, and watch TV and watch the news and whatnot. Okay, these are the vital things, and these are the ones that you suffer the most when you get your power cut off by the energy company. Now, the rest are the comforts. The microwave, but you know what? You could turn off your stove. If you have a gas stove, you could, heat stuff up. Fridge, I put a little star next to it because the fridge is kind of an issue that, that it's a little harder to deal with. But overall, and it is a vital thing, so that's why I put a star on that. The air conditioner, comfort. Washing machine is a comfort because you go wash by hand. Dryer, that's a comfort because you can hang your clothes outside or even inside the house. Your blow dryer, your flat iron, comforts. Water heater, that's a comfort. You know what I mean? Because you could heat up some water on the gas stove. TV is a comfort. Power tools. So when the energy company, and this is the mindset that we need to getting ready for. When the energy company cuts your power off, we suffer this. But what we really lost were comforts. That is what we should focus on, the vital stuff. Okay, so I built this little system, which is very simple. It's a little battery, okay? It's a charge controller. This little system comes with a solar panel, an inverter, and a little USB light. Now, you might not think that this does much, but this little system right here can give you lights for practically an entire day. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And if you really want to extend it, you could use these type of little USB light. This doesn't draw anything. You could probably run this whole thing for about a week with one of these, and this will light up an entire room. These guys, they're about 99 cents online. Okay, so this little system right here, okay, I sell them, here in Puerto Rico. But I'm not here to sell you one of these. I'm here to tell you how to build one. All right. This is one of them little car inverters. They run about maybe $20. Sometimes online even cheaper. These are the kinds that you can hook up to your lighter. All right. You take two cables, and I'll show you guys later how to do that hookup. But you plug that into the little charge controller. All right. Okay, and the battery and whatnot. This will provide you all of that. Okay, so if you hook this up to a lamp, your neighbors ain't gonna laugh at you, because even if the energy company cut your power, you have power. You know what I'm saying? You have power. If you have a solar panel, this thing will charge every single day. Now, you don't have to build it this way, okay? You can buy yourself an inverter and a car battery, all right? Now, the problem with doing that, and that'll work for one day, but the problem with doing that is that the next day your car battery won't have any power. You won't have no way to charge it. So that's why a little modular system like this is so is so important, because every single day you will have power. This little battery. Okay, this is I believe it's a 5 amp hour battery, and I'm not gonna get into the technical aspect of it, but the whole point is, this will provide you with the vitals. Okay, this little system right now, these charge controllers, you could pick them up online. Some of them are a little more expensive than others. They run about 10 to 25 bucks. All right, these inverters, these are the little lighter socket ones that you could find these like online for maybe 10 bucks. A battery like this, maybe it's like probably like 20 bucks. So right here for about, I don't know, about maybe 70 bucks, 70 to $80, plus a solar panel. I use a 20-watt solar panel for this little system, and it charges this up in about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Okay, very inexpensive, but this, you can live off of this little system, or a system similar to this one. Live off of it. Your kids, okay, right there, you'll have lights to see. You can hook up a lamp. You don't have to worry about that. You can hook up a radio, and this will run a radio for a very long time. A fan. Now, if you hook up a regular household fan, I'm gonna be honest with you, this ain't gonna last that long. What you want to do with the issue with a fan is you want to go to your auto parts store. You want to pick one of these up. These are little 12-volt fans. They run about $15. They blow a hell of a lot of air. And guess what? They'll, with just a battery like this, you're gonna get about 5 or 6 hours worth of power with this little thing. So at night, you're gonna sleep all night in comfort. Because so I recommend these little fans because they don't draw hardly any power. You know, so this little system right here, as simple as it is, can single-handedly, give you some peace of mind in a power outage situation. Okay, and this is something that you can put together for about $100, about it, probably a little bit less. And you buy these components, you can put this little thing together, and you will have power. Maybe until your next paycheck comes in, and you can pay your phone, your electric bill. But you know what? At night, you'll have your phone. In fact, you might become so comfortable with this that you'll say, "Man, screw that. I ain't paying an electric bill ever again." I mean, I'm exaggerating just a little bit, but hey, some people are off gridders and they believe like that. You know, this is less than $100, guys. You know what I'm saying? Less than $100. I sell them for about 134 because because I want to make a little bit of a profit off of them. But if you build it yourself and you buy the components yourself, you're probably running about maybe $80, 80 something dollars. You know, and like I said, guys, this is gonna, this is what you got to do. You get your power cut off from the energy company. You need these things. You need these vitals. You know what I'm saying? All this, all this crap is just an inconvenience. You know what I mean? It's an inconvenience. These are the comforts. With the exception of the fridge. Now, when I talk about the fridge, there are options. See, because you got to change the way you're thinking about doing these things. All right. Now, me and my wife, we run totally our house off of solar. We have a fridge. We run the fridge, but our mindset changed. So when we go grocery shopping, we do grocery shopping mainly focused on what it doesn't need refrigeration. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, we got used to that lifestyle. Now, I do have a fridge, but then again, I've spent about 4 or 5 grand in my solar system. But during Hurricane Maria, I didn't have that. So we had to change our perspective and our mindset. So my advice to you is this, guys. All right, my advice to you: if you got your power shut off, all right, and which really sucks, change the way of thinking, but just focus on these things. Focus on these things, okay? And get yourself a little battery, an inverter, a little charge controller. You can find all these things online. You build one of these things, and a solar panel. Just one solar panel. It could be a 20-watt solar panel, all right? You will have the basics just for survival purposes. Survival. You know what I mean? Because it really sucks to be without power. And a lot of people don't know that they can at least, let me tell you, this, if you look at it right now, this can actually run a TV as well. This runs 150 watts. Now, the TV is not going to run all day, but because of the size of the battery. But if you get yourself one of them little 7-inch TVs, oh man, this will run it 4 or 5 hours. Little 12-volt TVs. They sell them everywhere. There's a company called Prism, and they sell them. You find them even sometimes at Radio Shack and CVS pharmacies, and they have them little 7-inch TVs. You know what I mean? Something like this could basically be for somebody. Heck, even a homeless person. A homeless person can build one of these and walk around with it. You know what I mean? And they'll have power to run a little fan, to run a light, to charge their phone. This is good for the homeless people. These little micro, I call these micro solar systems. You know what I'm saying? With a little solar panel. In China they do this. So homeless people in China, they have their tents outside and they have a little solar panel. You see the solar panels like on top of the little tent, and they use that. Now, in Africa, and I've watched a lot of videos about Africa and in Kenya and Nigeria, on these people that they live in little huts, and they have solar systems which are even smaller and inferior to this, yet they thrive now with the whole solar thing, because they actually have power at night. And with them, their life is so simple that they're content with just running a light bulb. You know what I mean? In those tribes and stuff. But it goes to show you, when you get let me tell you, when you get your power cut off, all right, when you get your power cut off, you're just like somebody in Africa. You ain't got no power. You gotta do something about it. And then again, your mindset has to turn into this. All right, you need some light to see, a radio, fan, and a cell phone, because you don't got money. You don't have any money, but you still need these essential things. A little system like this can provide that for you. And every day when the sun comes out, you'll know that your little battery is getting charged up. This might be what keeps you from going into freaking insanity mode, all frustrated and shit and crying. And let me tell you, I've seen poverty in the States. Okay, I've lived it. I've seen poverty in Puerto Rico. I've seen people in the mountains during Hurricane Maria that this would have been a godsend to them. You see, this little thing. This beats candles, guys. This gives you a level of normalcy. You know what I mean? It feels like things went back to normal, and that gives you some peace of mind. You can watch TV on your cell phone. You could play video games on your cell phone. If you have a baby and it's hot as hell, you could put the little fan on the baby. You know what I mean? The things you can do. And a lot of people just don't know. They don't know that they can buy an inverter and a battery and simply have some power. They don't know it. You know what I mean? Because not a lot of people are technical. I wasn't technical, till I learned this. But this little system. So you get your power cut off, guys, at night, and that neighbor over there is, they're gonna be laughing when they see that your power is off. Well, guess what you do, you have one of these little systems, and you plug in your lamp, and then come 6 o'clock when the sun goes down, you turn your lamps on and you turn your radio on, and it's like, yeah, yeah, mother effers, y'all gonna laugh at now? I still got power. It'll confuse the hell out of them. You know what I mean? Because they don't, that's sad. On top of the fact you get your power cut off, you're gonna have neighbors like trying to mock you and ridicule you. With something like this, whatever the case, be it a hurricane, be it that you were just broke and the power company cut your shit off. This will save you, man. You can save face. Your kids will be happy. You'll be happy. You know what I mean? You'll be able to, you won't feel like all is lost. And this is just about, you buy this little thing, you could build it for like $100, maybe even less. You could build it. It doesn't have to even be like this. But what I'm offering an option. You know what I mean? Because let's say you owe $800 for your electric, or $500 for your electric, and all you got is $100. And if you take the $100 to the energy company, they ain't gonna put your power back, and you're still gonna be without power, and you won't have $100. So you may as well take that $100 and invest it, and build a little thing like this, and order a little solar panel, and guess what? You'll have these vitals taken care of. All right. You'll have the vitals taken care of until you're able to pay off your electric bill, and get your power back on and go back to normal living. you know so like I said, guys, these are just tips, things that I've learned throughout my life, and I share it, because I know what it is to go through that. So if you live in Africa, in Nigeria, or in the ghetto, or you're simply just poor and you got your power cut off, guys, you need one of these. Don't think about a generator. Why? Because if you ain't got no money, you don't got no money for gas. Plus, it's illegal to be running a generator, unless it's an emergency. You can't just be turning on a generator all night, keeping up the neighbors. You're gonna get into more trouble. Something like this, it's passive. You put that little solar panel in your window, even if you're in an apartment. Put it on your in your window. Let that little battery charge 3 hours, and you'll have your basics, man. The vitals, what I call the vitals. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. How to survive has a lot to do with the way you start understanding things. So when you look at it from when you look at it from this perspective, vital comforts, then you notice that the power energy company does not have that much power against you, because this part, which is the most important, can be taken care of with less than $100. So that's what the power company took. They took your comforts. You could do without comforts for a little bit. You can't do without that. Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed my video. Any comments? Please let me know. If you want to build a system like that, just let me know, guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. So if you like my videos and if you find them, valuable, and you wish to make a donation to the channel, our PayPal link is in the description. Any amount is, cool to help us continue making videos like this and educating people on, and not even educating, empowering people to create their own power. Nobody wants to be a victim of the energy company. It's cruel. They don't care. So you got to grab the bull by the horns and say, hell no, you cut my power, but I'll make my own. Take care, guys. God bless, and Merry Christmas to all of you.